Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+. Rated TV MALV. Viewer discretion advised. Maya Lopez has betrayed her mentor, the notorious Kingpin. Now on the run, she returns to her hometown to prepare for the biggest fight of her life. Don't miss Marvel Studios' hardest-hitting series yet. An epic 5-episode event. Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th, only on Hulu and Disney+.
This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
Caroline, you should tell them about the newest thing that Bloody Happy Hour is doing.
A Patreon.
It's a Patreon. What is that?
That means you're basically like a VIP member, and you get some perks. You maybe get like merch a little earlier. You get
exclusive merch.
You could get first dibs on signing up for a live show. You get episodes with no commercials.
You get our video because our video is no longer available on YouTube. It is only on Patreon. And the most important to me is you get videos of our live shows, but also bonus episodes each month. But if you're on a Patreon, you're VIP, you're going to get more.
Because I always have a lot of details I want to go to. I can law-splain. I might read a book.
This is also going to be the exclusive place that Dirty Chat is going to go to. In order to hear the full content, it's going to be Patreon. Where do they go again?
Patreon.com/BloodyHappyHour.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody Happy Hour.
Hey y'all, this is April.
And this is Caroline.
Thirsty Thursday here. This is our happy hour episode. Actually, both episodes are happy hour episodes.
Yeah.
We like to pour some drinks and tell you guys a true crime story on Thursdays. But Tuesdays are what, Caroline?
Quickies.
Real quickies. We tell you everything that's in the news from beginning to end. We also have a Patreon where we drop all these episodes. There are video options and audio options now. So those of you have said that you did not like the video, there is audio options. We'll also drop bonus episodes there. And episode 0 from Dirty Chad is there. The trailer is there. And all the other Dirty Chad episodes will go to Patreon. Who are our new Patreon members?
Well, we have Emily Moore, Shauna Ortiz, Carolyn Bossy, I know her, Alyssa Hill, Heather Hamilton, Emily Ferguson,
Matt B., Bradley Young, Rachel Harrington, and Julie A., just in case we didn't say Julie A. last time. Shout out to all our newest Patreons.
Y'all are literally amazing. I mean,
we're excited. Every time we get an alert about a new Patreon, we're so excited. The app is a little different, so scroll through and find some of those bonus episodes that we put out. And these are ad-free, so if you click on the audio or the video, it's ad-free. No commercials.
no commercials.
Let's catch up on some reviews.
Okay.
Little Nurse Dawn. I don't know if we read this, but I'll read it. I'm fairly new to BHH, and I'm addicted. Y'all are so funny, and I love the combination of true crime mixed with the true life commentary in between. I look forward to every podcast. titled Obsessed.
Obsessed from Mia Monomamam. Great podcast. They're so funny and make it extremely interesting. I listen to you guys all day, no joke. Ha 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 ha. My new fave podcast for sure. We paid her well.
Oh, thank you, little nurse. Thank you, Mia. And this is titled My New Obsession, Molly Pleads the Fifth. I only started listening 2 weeks ago, and I'm on episode 64, so I'm obviously obsessed. I love y'all's chemistry, and I love how y'all make true crime so entertaining. I literally gasp and laugh out loud all day listening to y'all. Keep up the awesome work, ladies. See y'all tonight at the live show. We met her. I remember her telling me that. That might have been our Whitney friends. Shout out, shout out. And then Super Texas Mom.
Oh, I found it. Ice crunching, snot sniffing, ice clanking, hushed whispering, or sudden yelling. Caroline and April are the perfect gals for me. I love the true crime comedy gold happy hours with you so much. I used to call my extended family members when I was driving, but now I'm just tripping while y'all are sipping on some murder. Keep it up, ladies.
Wow, we love these. Thank y'all so much. And just go put one in if you haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely was a lot better than the last ones before that.
Yeah, we had a
Crass and misinformed.
which is still true.
Which is, it's fine. It's fine. We're learning. We're learning together. We're on a journey.
And just in case you didn't listen to our Tuesday episode, we got a shout out to number one fan, Matt, who got a tat. Matt, who got a tat.
Who got a tat.
And it's not a, what's the fake one's called again?
It's not a henna.
It's not a
It's
henna.
not one of those where you put on with water with a washcloth.
No, it's a real deal.
It's actually real. It's unfortunate because we just changed the logo, so he's got the wrong logo, so that's terrible.
And the name of the podcast.
And
is
the
no
name
longer.
changed as well, so he should have just put our faces on his body.
Yeah.
That would have been it. That would have been it.
Matt, we love you. Number one fan, Matt. We need to have you on the show. Like, you get a tattoo, you got to come on the show.
Yeah, you basically have to come on the show.
Yeah. So, be like Matt. Be like Matt.
What else is happening? Oh, we're in our new place. If you didn't hear Tuesday, if you didn't listen to Tuesday's episode, we told you that we are in a new studio.
Yeah. It's called the Alico.
Yeah, it's this like fancy old building that's like
Haunted.
echoey,
Echoey.
but it have a great bathroom
And a great view of all of Texas. We just saw a wreck on I-35.
Yeah, I saw something blow up.
There's the silos.
I think I just saw a murder, actually. So now I'm a witness. So that's good.
It's a great view, y'all.
A few homeless people, but all in all, it's basically like luxury.
Yeah. We've officially made it.
We've moved up. I'm wearing my brooch with my shoulder pads and my jacket. April's wearing her hat with the net covering her face because she's in mourning. I don't know what she's mourning, but that's what we're doing, and that's what we're wearing. We're still wearing the same thing from Tuesday. It's wild. It's wild.
Oh, goodness. So if you're at home, grab a drink and get ready to
grab a drink.
with
I
us.
have a little tiny fireball because I could fit it in my purse. And then I have something in this Yeti. I'm not sure what it is. And then I have a lime, some kind of lime beer. Lime beer.
Well, I had to rush straight from work, so I suck. I need to keep a refrigerator here. I have water.
I know. Can you just make something up? Oh,
I have water and whiskey.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I do have a whiskey story though.
Okay.
Next, the week after next, it's actually bourbon. Do you know who Scottie Pippen is?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
He's
was
coming
on
to
the
Waco.
Bulls. Oh.
And because he's promoting his newest whiskey.
Is he coming to the Alico?
He's coming to Firewater.
Oh.
And you buy a bottle and you take a picture with him and he signs it. And I'm so excited. I'm actually not going to say the date or anything because it's already going to be too many people there and I can't be competing. He was my childhood favorite. He's my favorite. Like, he was my favorite.
Oh, if only Dennis Rodman would make a
I
appearance.
know. I know. I do love some Dennis Rodman.
I can't.
So after I pick up that, I will keep some whiskey here. Okay. Actually, no, I'm not. Because I bought a little container, like they have on TV. On Suits, every time they finish the thing, and they'll go to that little crystal container with the little glasses.
Yeah.
I just had to get it just for that.
Oh, yeah.
To keep my whiskey in there. It
Yeah.
makes me feel like I'm on Yellowstone.
I know. And I have one of those.
My little ice. But do you keep it filled up? I was like, how do they keep it filled up? I'll just drink on it all the time.
I know. Well, I used to when I had a husband who drank a lot of whiskey.
Oh, we are not in Texas today, Caroline. I've not been in Texas in so long. Are you excited?
What is wrong with you? I don't feel like I don't even know you anymore.
I'm going to Colorado.
I do like Colorado.
Westminster. Have you heard of it?
Isn't that, yeah, that's like a dog show. The Westminster Abbey? Wait, what is that? Westminster Abbey?
I don't know.
It sounds like a dog show.
Well, I'm not talking about the dog show.
Well, that's...
I'm talking about a city in Colorado, and I'm going to tell you about the murder of Jessica Ridgeway.
Oh.
Do you know it?
Okay, first of all, there is a Westminster dog show, but the Westminster Abbey it's a church in the UK, in London. Okay, so I know everything.
Yeah,
right?
you had...
yes, Jessica Ridgeway.
You'll probably know when I tell it. I found it on
It's like a big name.
CNN, or the newest CNN, TikTok. If I cannot get inspired,
you are going to be on China's #1 list to kill.
If I can't get inspired, I'll put in true crime on TikTok, and that's how I knew about your quickie story about the pregnant girl.
Everything is there, and then you're just true crime TikTok. That's all you are.
Yeah.
I have a lot of different algorithms on TikTok because I search a bunch of random shit.
Well, mine's either couponing or true crime.
Oh, well, I can't even tell you what mine is.
Okay, so Westminster, Colorado, and we're in 2012, so this was not very long ago. And let's just say trigger, but you'll know them when we get there. So let's talk about little Jessica. She was 10 years old. She lived with her mom and her older sister. Her mom was a single mom. She loved to dance. She loved to play with dolls. She loved animals. She was in 5th grade, and she was a member of a local cheer team because she wanted to grow up and be a cheerleader who wasn't a mean girl. She said she wanted to be a cheerleader that was friends with everybody. On October 5th, she got up because her alarm went off. She fixed her lunch. She fixed her a snack. She got dressed for school. Her mom works nights, so she was just getting off work. And so they get to see each other in the morning, right? Now, Jessica usually walks to school with a friend that lives a couple houses down. So she called up her friend, and she was like, hey, I'm getting ready to leave. Let's meet. So they lived near each other, but there was like a park in between. So they would both meet at this park, and then they would walk to school together, both 5th grade kids, okay? And so the walk from her home to her friend where they're going to meet was like 4 minutes. So she tells her mom goodbye, and her mom shuts the door, sees her walk off, and gets ready to go to bed because she sleeps during the day.
Oh, yeah.
Because she works at night.
Yeah.
But Jessica didn't show up. 15 minutes later, she still had not shown up. So her friend's dad just decided, I bet her mom took her. I'll just go ahead and take you to school. So now friend is at school. Jessica never shows up to school. But this is a close little community. So Jessica, so the school calls Jessica's mom, Sarah, right? When you're absent, call the parent, and they did not get an answer because mom's already asleep, and the phone's in the other room.
Oh, no. So
they have to leave a voicemail. Well, she slept and slept until later that afternoon.
She was real tired.
Yeah. But when she got up, she heard the voicemail, and she was like, wait, what? Jessica's not at school? This has to be a mistake. So she gets in her car, she goes to the school, and it's later in the afternoon, and they say, no, Jessica never showed up. So she's panicking. She goes to the park. She drives around. She calls the friend that we're supposed to meet, and the friend's dad was like, no, Jessica never showed up. So then she panics and she calls the police.
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, I'm just like, Dad, why didn't you call the mom and tell the mom your daughter didn't show up? Like, I would have automatically been worried.
Yeah.
You think?
Yes.
But he assumed Jessica just went to school on her own, so he didn't even call. Now, call the police, and police were on it.
Yeah.
They get bloodhounds, like, immediately. They're at the park. They're, like, going around the neighborhoods. They've smelled Jessica. They're looking for Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
And they find nothing. So 9 p.m. that night, they issue an Amber Alert. So it's getting real. Police have out missing posters. They've organized search parties, and they search till about 2 a.m. the next morning, like these policemen are on it. 2 a.m. the next morning. Now, they send everybody home at 2 a.m. the next morning, and then the next day, 1,000 people show up to search for Jessica.
It's a lot of people.
Yes. And it's like literally been a day. So they're searching and they're searching. There's also about 1,000 law enforcement who did something to try to help with this case. They're either like sending information about like similar cases, they're searching, they're helping put missing posters up, they're doing something because everybody was in shock. And they were still in shock from just a couple months earlier was the movie theater shooting in Aurora, Colorado. And that was only like a couple minutes down the road. So they're shooken up from that.
Oh, yeah.
Then a little bit after that, a woman got attacked in the park when she was running by some random guy. So it's like, I guess shit like this doesn't happen in Colorado because they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, 2 days later, so we're about October 7th, there's a backpack that was found on the sidewalk. Mm-hmm. About 6 miles from Jessica's house, and it was sitting like straight up.
Yeah,
like
so
it wasn't like thrown
he went
out.
back and set it there.
Yeah, like it was intentionally like set up, upright. And a man just happened to be walking, and he found it, and he saw that there was a little keychain with Jessica on the backpack, like on the zipper. But I guess he's just a man and didn't pay attention, or he wasn't a web sleuth because he just posted on like the neighborhood page and he was like, hey, somebody's backpack's here. Come and get it.
Oh, no.
Well, it took somebody like us that was like, that says Jessica. That could be Jessica Ridgeway. She's been missing for 24 hours. Call the popos. So he did. And when the popos got the backpack, they looked inside and there were her clothes soaked in urine and a water bottle. So it was not looking good. They had no suspects. They had ruled out. They had thought maybe could the dad have taken her because there was a child support issue going on. He had a airtight alibi. So they ruled him out. They had ruled a mom out, and they really just had no suspects. And it's about 5 days afterwards. So, it's not ending good because the first couple hours is the most crucial.
Yeah, and she was they didn't even start looking till like 8 hours later or something, probably.
Oh, the worst. Like you're just sleeping and you go to sleep thinking everything's okay, and you wake up and your whole life is crazy. So police began looking into other abduction cases. They're like, well, maybe there's been a case that we can relate to it. They're just trying to do something, okay?
Too bad they didn't have a camera like they do with Carly, the Cheez-Its escapee.
Carly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Cheez-Its faker.
Well, and I guess in 2012, there's not really like a lot of doorbell rings or anything because they were in a neighborhood. So you could have just... Now you would have just gone to neighbors and say, can I see your ring?
Yeah.
Can I see your ring? So I guess that wasn't even a big thing in 12. So They remember that a couple months earlier, a 24 woman went jogging in the park next to the lake, and she was attacked by a man. He put a rag over her face with chloroform. And drug her into some woods, but she fought back.
Oh.
And she got away, and she got to report it to the police. Now, she described this male as 5'7" to 5'9", average build, white male, 20 to 25 years old, with brown hair. And they also took her shirt, and they got DNA from the shirt. It's like this is like the best. This police department needs to train.
They got DNA
everybody
from
else.
whose shirt?
From her shirt where the
girl?
attacker, where the attacker tried to. So touch DNA, sweat DNA, blood. I don't know, because she attacked him and scratched him.
Oh, they got it like, so she was attacked. She got away. Then she called the police immediately, and that was when they got the shirt. They didn't.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah.
So they got now they have DNA from the attacker. But the DNA,
they didn't have any matches
match in the
because if
system.
they knew, they would have already been onto that guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's October 10th, so it's 5
5
days
days.
later. And maintenance workers are cleaning up like this field.
Oh, no.
And they find a black garbage bag just randomly in the middle of the field.
Oh, no.
They try to lift it, but it's really heavy. So when they open it up, they see that it had human remains. They find the torso of a small person with the organs removed. And there was a wooden cross stuffed inside the body.
I don't remember this part.
Stuffed inside the body, and the body this bag was found 9 miles away from where Jessica lived.
Okay.
So kind of pretty far away.
Yeah.
They later, 2 days later, they did confirm that it was Jessica. Now, the town is even more alert. They started all these stranger danger classes and courses, and police are at all the schools. Nobody's allowed to let their kids walk to schools. Like, security is amped up everywhere because a little girl went missing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they still don't have any suspects, but they're like, here's this cross. Let's take a picture of this cross and put it out there, and maybe somebody will recognize this cross. So they do that, and they put it on all the media outlets, and somebody recognized it on October 17th. A lady called, and she says, I know that cross. My good friend's son has a cross just like that, and he's really weird and capable of killing. His name is Austin Sigg.
And he is a young boy, isn't he?
He's 17 years old.
Yes.
This is the second Austin that we've had. So our new rule is don't name your kid Austin.
Or Jessica, because Jessicas don't have good luck. They always get murdered.
Jessicas do get murdered. How many Jessicas have we done? Chambers? Maybe two.
Maybe two, but it feels...
There's a lot of Jessicas. So they got a name finally, so they're not going to sit on it like, what's that other case that didn't do shit that I just did? Gone Girl Police Department.
Oh, hell.
They didn't do anything. So they hear this name, and they're like, we got a lead. Let's go visit 17-year-old Austin Sigg. They go visit him, and he answers the door, and he's wearing a cross around his neck, similar to the cross that they found. You know.
Yeah, well, he's a Christian.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So he agrees to give them DNA. So he gives them DNA, and he says, but you're wasting your time because I was at home sleeping when that little girl went missing.
And now a word from our sponsors.
All right, if you love smoothies or if you love your protein in the morning, you need to get you a Blend Jet. You can do that if you go into blendjet.com. If you enter the code BHH12, you get a discount. And let me tell you, these things are portable. They are easy to use. They can fit in your cup holder. You can have it at home or you can have it in your office like I do. Right this morning, I had my blueberry banana one
How was
with
it?
some chia seed.
Wasn't chunky or anything?
It was very smooth. When I have it in my shaker, it is a little chunky. So this is a great alternative.
I love it.
It is battery powered, so all you have to do is plug it in every 2 weeks, and the battery never runs down.
Oh my gosh. I love battery powered things.
Go to BlendJets and order you a BlendJet and get a discount.
Thanks, April, for sharing.
Did you know you could be putting oil and chemicals in your coffee? I love coffee creamer, but I don't think I've ever turned the bottle around to actually see what's inside. When I did, I found out many of my favorite creamers contain ingredients I would never intentionally add to my coffee cup, like canola oil, dipotassium phosphate, ew, and artificial flavors. Laird Superfood all started when big wave surfer Laird Hamilton needed morning fuel that could allow him to spend the entire day chasing the ultimate wave. He couldn't find anything in the market that met his ingredient standards, so made himself the ultimate plant-based creamer. Laird Superfood started and launched its first product, Original Superfood Creamer, in 2015. Laird Superfoods contain no artificial flavors, colors, or additives, and no sugars from highly refined corn syrup. All Laird products are sustainably sourced and thoroughly tested to ensure that you're incorporating the cleanest, finest fuel into your routine. All Laird products are also made of all-natural whole food ingredients, and they are crafted from the highest quality all-natural real food ingredients. Are you ready to feel more energized, focused, and supported? Go to lairdsuperfood.com and add nourishing plant-based foods to fuel you from sunrise to sunset. Use our promo code BOO at checkout to save 15% off your purchase today.
So they got DNA, but there was no search because they really didn't have a reason or, search warrant to search anything right then and there.
Yeah.
So 2 days later, they get another call from another neighbor of Austin, and they're like, yeah, we're pretty sure Austin should be your suspect, is your person. He's really weird. He's actually in mortuary school, and he talks about body disposal often.
Oh, well.
So they put a rush on that DNA, but it comes back not a match. So they're like, when they just really knew they had their person, the DNA didn't match.
But it didn't match from the girl who was jogging.
So did I leave this out? The backpack, they got DNA off the backpack and DNA off the girl, and both of those match.
Oh, okay.
So both of those match.
Okay.
So they ran Austin's DNA against that match, and it was not a match.
Oh, no.
I know. But a 911 call came in.
Oh.
Oh, let me move my gun off. And let's listen to this 911 call.
Hi, this is Molly. What's your place? Can I help you?
Not playing.
How does it always...
I don't.
stop us?
Yeah, it always long.
Try this one. Hey, I got to connect again. Everybody's listening. Cut me off. Maybe this
What happened?
one.
She's
The
trying to
Bluetooth
connect.
dropped me, so I got to
Oh, did it?
reconnect.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Molly at Westminster Police. Can I help you?
Hi, I need you to come to my house. My son wants to turn himself in for the Jessica Ridgeway murder.
Okay, what's the address?
10622 West 102nd Avenue.
And what's going on there? Ma'am,
you not hear me? He just confessed to killing her.
I know. I want you to tell me what's going on. Can you tell me exactly what he said?
But he did it, and he gave me details, and her remains are in my house.
Did you see them?
No.
Is he there with you?
Yes.
Is he cooperative?
Yes.
How old is your son?
17.
Hold on 1 second. What is your son's name?
Austin Sigg.
Can you spell it? You said Austin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and spell his last name for me.
S as in Sam, I-G-G.
Okay, I understand that you're probably, feeling pretty crappy right now, but I want you to know that you did the right thing by calling.
He did it. He just wanted me to call. He is turning himself in.
Okay, do you think that he's going to be cooperative with the officers?
Absolutely.
Okay. And I just want to verify you're at 10622 102 Avenue.
Yeah.
Do you think that Austin would talk to me?
Will you talk to her? Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Hello?
Is this Austin?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Austin. This is Molly at the Westminster Police Department.
Hi.
Can you tell me a little bit about what's going on right now, or how you're feeling, or how did this come about?
I don't exactly get why you're asking these questions. I murdered Jessica Ridgeway.
Okay.
I have proof that I did it. There is no other question. You just have to send a squad car, something down here, and
right.
I will answer all the questions that you want to ask,
okay.
or anyone wants to ask of me as soon as you gotta get down here.
Okay. Austin, I have a police officer that's going to come over.
So the call is like 15 minutes, and I'll post it on our Patreon, or I'll put it in the show notes so you can listen to it all. They kind of go back and forth. The 911 caller gets on your nerves, but okay.
They always do.
Let's get in the mind of that mom.
Oh, my gosh. I know. I do remember this now. I was getting Gary Ridgway. It was like the Green River Killer or something. So he had to tell mom about it, obviously. And then she's like, oh my gosh, I knew you were weird, but I didn't know you were going to be murdering people. And so she has a call, turn him in, and she's like, I don't want to talk about it. Just get over here because he's obviously got issues. Stop asking me questions. And then.
But when she was like, did you see the body? No, like my dogs killed some kind of beaver or something, and I couldn't go outside on that side of the house forever because I knew that there was something dead over there until Soupy got it.
But well, on one hand, I would be curious, weirdly, but I wouldn't want to be like any kind of accessory or any kind of witness of anything. I wouldn't even want to go look just for if I was going to be involved in anything.
So what we know about Austin is that he lived with his mom and his brother. His dad was in and out of jail, not really a part of his life. So let's see if we got any red flags here, okay? By the age 12, he was caught by his mom masturbating to child porn.
What?
He was an avid video gamer. He loved the shooting and the war games. He collected knives. He was bullied. He was a loner, no friends, dropped out of high school to start school early to be a mortician. Dropped out of high school, got his GED so that he can go to school to be a mortician. Were there any red flags?
No, I couldn't find one.
Not one. When people asked him about school, he said, because he also took some forensic science classes, he says, yeah, I'm just learning to kill people and get away with it.
Oh, he reminds me of Nicholas Cruz.
He also, which one did he do?
Parkland.
Yeah.
Just, they have this look.
Yeah.
What is he diagnosed with?
Nothing.
Oh. Somebody messed up. Somebody done messed up.
He also, is this normal, carried around zip ties with him?
I feel like that's what your husband does.
And he would practice tying up his mom with zip ties, and she would allow him to do that.
Okay. Maybe I have a friend who has a son that does weird things like that. I don't know if he practicing ties people up, but some weird stuff. So I'm glad they listen.
Collecting knives and carrying around zip ties. I mean,
where do you even get this idea of that stuff? Like, and how are you watching how do you even know what porn is? And you're 12?
So
this is why, listen, if you are a parent, you need to keep your kids off of social media, at least till they're 18. And there are parents that do.
Good.
So it can be done.
Or they think they do, but the kid has access to something somewhere. They do. They're just not going to.
Well.
Parents not allowing it, but they're getting something at school.
Oh, at school.
Now, when mom found him masturbating to that child porn, she did admit him and got him treatment and got him counseling, but he was still drawn to it. And so all his searches were like child porn, and it got like to abusive, like the snuff porn type stuff.
Gosh, and he's 12?
Well, when he was 12, but it continued on.
Yeah.
When they interviewed his mom and they were just kind of asking about him and like his day and what he did at night, she said he was gone 4 nights out of the week, but she had no idea where he would go. So they interviewed girlfriend. He had a girlfriend. He was only with his girlfriend 1 night out of the week. So 3 nights out of the week, he was somewhere, and people, like, they had no idea where he is. They think he would spend his nights, like, getting the courage to
peeping on people. He's probably peeping on somebody through the window, watching them upstairs, look at their silhouette, watch them walk around naked and changing their clothes, seeing in the bra.
Runners, like,
I know that there for sure is somebody spying on me all the time. I'm just walking around.
Got your windows blinds wide open.
Come on in. That never happens.
Nobody ever comes in.
Mm-mm. It's because I have dogs. That's why.
When he got to the station, he confessed to everything. First, he confessed to attempting to abduct the lady in May of 2012, the runner. Oh. He said that he Googled how to make chloroform. He poured it on a rag, and he went and camped out at the lake, saw the girl running, and went and hid and waited till she came back on her second route, because it's like a little running trail. So when she came back around,
doing Jeffrey Dahmer stuff,
he grabbed her from behind, put the rag over her face, but he failed at this. She fought and she got away. Yeah. Then he decided, I need to get somebody smaller who's not going to fight back and not run away. And so on October 5th, he was just sitting in his car. He and Jessica happened to pass right by him when she was going to meet her friend to get ready to go to school. This is like 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So it was not planned. He saw her and jumped out, grabbed her, threw her in the back seat, bound her hands and her feet together with his zip ties that he keeps like in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Drove around randomly and took her, and then eventually took her back to his house, upstairs to his bedroom. So he must have been waiting for his mom to leave and like brother to leave, so he'll have the house to himself. She peed on herself, and he was at first nice to her. So she peed on herself. And so he changed her. He gave her a pair of his clothes, his black shorts and his white shirt. Mm-mm. And then laid her on the bed, still bound, and let her watch cartoons on Netflix for a little while. Then he grabbed the zip tie and went behind her and tried to strangle her with it. But he didn't have enough slack, so he got rid of the zip tie and he choked her. It took 3 minutes for her to seem like she's dead, but then he said her body started twitching. So he filled the bathtub up with hot water, put her in it, and drowned her to make sure she was dead.
And now a word from our sponsors.
I'm your puzzle pal, and I'm going to tell you about my latest obsession, Wongo puzzles. These things are the real deal, folks. They're high quality, handcrafted, and perfect for anyone who loves a good challenge, but doesn't want to dedicate their entire kitchen table to puzzles for a week. Trust me, I've been there. I might still be there. But I got one of these actually for Christmas. I loved it. I did it, and I was so proud of myself. And they have all these cool designs, and you need to go to wongopuzzles.com and use our discount, BHH. You get 10% off, and I really want to know if you'll order one of these puzzles, what'd you think about it? Because it's so fun, and I need to order like 5.
Cure hydration. If you are obsessed with your hydration like I am, this may be something good for you. This is something that is so easy. Forget about the Gatorade. That just dehydrates you even more. And if you don't like the taste of coconut water, try Cure Hydration. You can go to my offer link. It is zen.ai/BHH20. This is vegan. It's no added sugars. It's just a little packet you could put in your water. Or if you're really smart during happy hour, you could put it into your Tito's. It is just as effective as an IV drip. And if you do not like the taste of water, it's not as boring as water, not as sugary as the sports drink. And if you're an athlete, it'll give you the best performance. Or if you just get brain fog or headaches because you do not stay hydrated.
Brain frog?
Brain fog. The solution is Cure Hydration. So go to that link, enter the code. You can go to my offer link. It is zen.ai/BHH20. Cure Hydration. Then when he turned her over, he got a saw and a razor blade, and he started to dismember her. He cut off her hands and her fingers, flushed them down the toilet. I don't know why these people are flushing things down the toilet.
It's like so they can't identify them, but they still can. So like it's called DNA. Like I don't understand.
I know. And okay, and then flush some of her organs down the toilet.
I mean, like so you have to like get in there and get it out.
He took the rest of her organs and put them in little like containers that you take your lunch in.
Oh, like the scientists do or something like
and
that.
Labeled
like
them.
a frog.
Yeah, and labeled
this
the
is
containers.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
This is Jeffrey Dahmer.
It was his science experiment, I guess.
Because isn't that what he did with his dad? And the dad did that and had all those jars full of animal parts or something.
By the way, Mom did say that he did hurt animals when he was young. Okay. So she at least was giving him counseling and stuff, but like this bitch knew. That's why that phone call, she wasn't like frantic. She was
she's like, oh gosh. Well, I figured he was going to do somebody, but I didn't know it was going to be like this.
I was hoping it was going to be me as well. I was letting him tie me up all the time. She was like, just kill me, not anybody innocent.
Oh my gosh.
He placed her head, her legs, and her arm in a trash bag and went and hid them temporarily behind his pool shed. That night, there was a bunch of police because this is when they were doing the search party. And so he panicked. He went and got the remains that were in the bag, took them back in the house, washed them off in the bathtub to wash off any DNA. And then he split them up. He buried some in the crawl space under his house and then put the other in the bag and dumped that in the field and went and dumped the backpack in another random spot. He was thinking he was not, that they weren't going to connected or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. He thought he was being
just
smart, but he wasn't.
Spreading it all out.
I'm just like, 2 other people live in this house. How did the mom and the son not hear sawing or smell blood or see blood? I don't know.
Well, maybe if she was in the bathtub, it like drained down the bathtub.
And he was smart. He did it while the bathtub was full. So when he let the water out, all the blood went down. With the water. Now he confessed to all this. They found the body in the crawl space. He told everything was right, but the police were like, why didn't his DNA match back then?
Yeah.
So they figured out that they had actually lost his DNA and they had ran somebody else's DNA, and so that's what it wouldn't match. So when they got his DNA the second time, they went straight over, ran it, and it was a match to the jogger girl's shirt, to the backpack, and to the torso.
Okay, well, that at least makes me feel better that it actually does work, like the DNA. Like
yes. They ran the wrong person, and then I'd read that all these other police departments were helping, so they had ran so many DNAs to see if there was a match, like over 70 people's DNAs. So it's like other police departments, well, we have this abduction case and a DNA. Can you run it, see if it's linked? We have this abduction case and run it and see if it's linked. So they ran so many different things, so it just got lost. So I'm not giving them a hard time. He said the jogger girl, the 24-year-old, was lucky because what he did to Jessica, he had planned to do to the jogger girl. Because he was acting out one of his fantasies that he had in his head for the longest, since he was little. He'd been dreaming about doing this since he was little. He said that when he would sit in his car and just look, he would see a potential victim and his heart would start beating with like excitement. And he just finally got to the point where he couldn't hold those urges back.
So he was basically getting like just seeing people and then thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He would kind of turn them on or something.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like thinking about, instead of like, I can't wait to make out with her. I can't wait to saw her up.
It's I want to abduct her and take advantage of her.
See, and you have to be like exposed to seeing this stuff to even know to think about it.
And one of the psychologists I was listening to is like, people have to be genetically predisposed to even be turned on by something like that. So like somebody not predisposed can watch child porn and it gross them out. But somebody that has to be like genetically predisposed to let it turn them on,
and even not if it's even child, if it's like even just
it.
like watching people torture other people.
Yeah,
it's like he would watch Saw and he would like.
He said that when he was so excited about it, but when he actually killed Jessica, like strangled her, that it was not that exciting. So it's like he didn't get off on it the way he thought he would. So that's when he got the idea to chop her up, dismember her, because he wanted it to be more exciting. So that part gave him excitement.
Oh, he was excited about chopping up.
Yeah, so not the actual kill, so the torture, I guess.
But she was dead.
Mm-hmm. But still, just like the actual act of doing it.
Okay, well, he could have just gone to the baker, like the butcher. Can he just go cut pieces of meat? He has to go cut a human. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I wish that would help them. The autopsy said she actually died of the asphyxiation. So she was dead when he strangled her. So him drowning her, she was already gone. Him cutting her up, she was already gone. So she didn't actually get tortured like he probably thought was happening. So after all this, he was 3 months shy of turning 18 years old. So that means he was not eligible for the death penalty.
if you tell me he is out on parole, I'm about to die.
No. He pled guilty to all the charges, and he got sentenced to life in prison plus 86 years for Jessica and the jogger and the kidnapping and all the charges that they tacked on there. He pled guilty to all of them, and his last words were, "I don't know about society, but I have never been great with it. But I do know that personally, I am a monster, and there's no better word for what I have done than evil." So he's still in jail. He'll never get put to death, but he will never get out.
I mean, it's so weird that, would they have found him if he would not have turned him?
No.
Exactly.
No. So had he not confessed.
So what made him have this? I guess he just really didn't enjoy it like he thought he would, and he had a conscience, whereas I guess half
Mom
of these
said
people...
he was panicking and having anxiety attacks and was panicking because it'd been a little bit.
It stressed him out way too much than it pleased him.
Yes. The after effect. So he had some empathy. He was just psychotic. That would be psychotic, I guess.
Yeah.
And he's actually glad he's in prison.
That just is so sad that you start off your life like that and you can't mentally control yourself, and then that is your existence on this planet.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
It's a demon. It's a demon. That is it.
That is a demon. Do you have any? Do we need to end it with a fun fact or something?
We can. Do you have one?
No, I don't. But I thought it would be good to do that. I don't.
That
know what
was
it would be.
horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, I do remember hearing that story. I mean, obviously the name is familiar, but I couldn't remember exactly all that happened. But
he's got a bunch of interviews out there. I didn't put any clips of the interviews, but if you wanted to go YouTube them, you could. He is not a cute little boy. That's why weird. It's like you hear him all the same with all these people we're talking. They've been bullied. They have no friends. They like video games. I'm hitting the table. They like video games. What else is there? Porn at an early age. It's like all daddy's usually not in the picture.
No daddy and porn. Always.
So
top two.
Mom also said so one of the interviews said that he slept with his mom.
Oh no.
Not only did mom let him zip tie her.
Oh, just slept
in the bed the weeks leading up to his confession because he was so anxious and so sad and so fearful that somebody was coming after him. So they were condemning her for doing that, but I don't know that I can turn down my kid. Like if he was genuinely...
But she didn't know why he was acting
Yeah. So they were condemning her. They were like, well, that's a red flag that your 17-year-old kid is sleeping in the bed with the mama. But let me tell you, Trent comes home from college, you know what I do? I still crawl into the bed with him every morning.
We know you breastfeed him every time he comes home, and it's real
I still sneak into the bed with him for at least 5 hours. No, 5 minutes. Until he wakes up and realizes I'm there.
Oh, that's why Sweet Pea got those zip ties. He's like, I got to zip tie you in the other room. You're going to leave our boy alone.
Oh, goodness. Okay, that's all I have. And I will stay away from children for a little bit. I don't know how they keep coming up.
I know they do. They keep coming up. We got to go back to I don't know.
It's all sad.
Yeah, it's all bad.
All bad. Okay, so send this episode to somebody. Go put in a review, rate us, and subscribe to Patreon. Episode 0 is on there now, and it actually should be coming out on Spotify real soon. That is it, Caroline. Anything else? Nope. Don't forget to
stay aware,
stay alive,
and always be DTF.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
Everybody has a story worth telling. I'm Corey Duncan. On Best Story Ever, I take guests that you know through their most unique and captivating stories. The best part? I hear the story for the first time when you do. Everyone has a story. What's yours? Find Best Story Ever on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere you listen to podcasts.
Hola, yo soy Jackie.
Y yo soy Jessica.
Y esto es Zona del Crimen. Un podcast donde hablaremos sobre casos de crímenes reales
y eventos impactantes que han quedado marcados a través del tiempo. Recuerden que nos pueden seguir en Facebook, Instagram
o donde escuches tus podcasts favoritos.
Hey, I'm Blair.
And I'm Brittany. And we're the host of
By the Cover Podcast.
We cover everything from mysteries, thrillers, romance, chick lit, and even some smut.
Don't forget the smut.
Yeah.
We're so excited to get this thing going and share this with you guys. We've been talking about this for months, and it's finally happening.
Yes.
Special shout out to Rogue Media for helping us with this.
For sure. You can find us on Instagram at bythecover_podcast.
You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok, so don't forget to give us a follow on those two also.
And we are so excited to dive into some of our favorite books and share those with you.
We can't wait. Hope you love it.
Hi, and welcome to Bustles and Bangers with your hostess, Rachel and Christopher.
I love it when you say my name.
And you didn't say hi.
I didn't. You just kept going. I'm going to introduce the book. I'm not reading it. It's because I don't like reading.
Girls like cowboy butts, and those jeans don't hide anything.
Find us on Instagram at Bustles and Bangers or on RogueMediaNetwork.com.
This has been a Rogue Media Network production.